Мы в Танхилле. Это самый дружелюбный паб к животным. What are you doing in Yorkshire? Hi, John. It's unusual to see Hounds of Howgate outside Scotland.
Here I am. All wine for everybody. That's what we're doing tonight. You don't know what Scottish men are like yet. I'm the first Scottish man you've met. Like a family dog.
Santa!
Nice set of handlebars.
Танхилл. Наша палатка с Блэки вон там. Look, John, they even have a dog menu. У них даже есть меню для собак. Britain's highest, Britain's best. John, why do you do your moustache like Hercule Poirot?
This one. Yeah, it's right.
Блин. С голубыми глазами. Blue eyes. Reindeers. Santa Claus reindeers.
Oh, you're nice.
A tent. Blackie found a friend.
Do you know border terriers? Yeah, I had one of those when he was a nightmare when I was young, but I had one of those when I was a wee boy, but he was more like a family dog.
Blackie met Moss.
I'd always wanted a dog like Moss.
Well, we had a Yorkshire Terrier. He died at age 3.
As a dog. No, it's alright.
I will do, just put yours down on the table to start.
Boy, can I film your dog? He's so nice. Hello, Bradley. Bradley. Hello, Bradley. Nice doggy, Bradley.
He doesn't even know you're there because he wasn't running even.
Bradley, you're a good boy. You're a good boy, Bradley. Yes, you're a good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. It's dark here. Танхилл, the highest pub in Britain. Танхилл, самый высокий паб в Британии.
He said he's going to get you everything you want.
Oh, I like your sweater.
I'm in camera. Yeah. He's like, they come through the barn.
Blackie, behave yourself. Blackie, behave yourself.
Do you know how some dogs, they shed their coats for some reason? Well, Moss sheds.
For your room, you'll have to be on the side.
Yeah, the worst weather. It seemed to be soft back in the
In Tanhill. Мы в Танхилле. Это самый дружелюбный паб к животным. Здесь даже есть видео, где они разрешают заходить овцам, уткам. Ну и, конечно же, здесь море собак в этом пабе. И все очень дружелюбные.
Mommy, you're on fire.
Танхилл, самый высокий паб в Британии. И я пью пиво Танхилл. А это Джон. Hounds of Howgate. You can even see northern light in Tanhill sometimes, and that's the picture. Иногда даже северное сияние можно увидеть возле этого паба. Вот даже на картинке есть северное сияние. Santa!
They set the handlebars.
Just like yours, Santa.
Yeah.
I would like to be like you when I grow up.
Very beautiful Santa. Very
Is that your
handsome.
shift over, Santa?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna break.
Oh, it's just a break.
Yeah.
You okay?
Blackie sniffing Santa.
Well, hopefully you can get a bite. Bite over.
We all win.
Blackie, come. Blackie. You're welcome. Blackie just met Santa in Tanhill.
Notice I'm wearing my Christmas gear.
Huh?
This is my Christmas costume.
Most got admirers.
I think she's latched to you now. Yeah.
And this nice lady gave treats to our dogs.
Can she come up on you? Go and get it. Go up.
And Blackie just lying and relaxing.
She's honestly doing a crap the car isn't it?
No, Blacko. Even the waitress is like elf.
Literally got his head on me.
Look at John. Always.
Do you feel that, by the way?
Is it? What?
It's like a tan hill summon. I didn't know it was like a Barney rum glass, isn't it, Fred? Because
Why did you start YouTube?
because what was it? When did I start YouTube? About a year ago. Something like that.
I think 2 years. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not
2 years
sure.
ago. Aye, so essentially my long-term girlfriend left me. She was Australian and she went home to Australia and for Christmas and came back home and said like that's it, and then she decided to go home permanently. So we'd planned, she was interested in hiking and long distance stuff. Being an Australian, staying in Scotland, she was quite interested in the West Highland Way, and when she came back over from her holidays I'd already planned to start training for it and hiking the West Highland Way. So then when she left and went back home I was like, well, you know, what am I going to do now style, like it was a bit unexpected, so I thought I already had my bag sitting there, so I was like, alright, well I guess I'll just hike the West Highland Way then. And then that was literally it, like I just hiked the West Highland Way, and then after that I felt kind of good because it helped me, because I basically just had what I thought was going to be the relationship, this was going to be the one for the rest of my life, fall apart, and hiking really helped me, and the West Highland Way was great. I met new people, I met different people, some people I still keep in contact with, and I just wanted more of it, because not only was it escapism from like being out in nature, but then also the peace and comfort from meeting other like-minded individuals. So after the West Highland Way I wanted to keep going, so then I done the Sky Trail, and then I don't know, for me in my head it made sense to link it up and hike through Scotland. So that's why.
Thank you. John is going to explain about his camera.
Well, it's
Why did you get this camera particularly?
well, this one is a micro four thirds sensor, so it's a smaller sensor as opposed to like a other crop sensor like a Canon, which is slightly bigger, those crops. But with a fast lens like this, it still lets in enough light, but with a micro four thirds sensor system, you are able to incorporate sensor shift technology in the camera body, so you get added stabilisation. So it means that for when you're walking along vlogging, you not only have lens stabilisation, you have in-body stabilisation and digital stabilisation. So when you're hand holding cameras like this, with that three-tiered approach, you're going to have a much more stable vlogging setup than your general number.
Okay, thank you. Blackie got new admirers.
I've got a couple of ponchos from sale as well, the two Mali ponchos.
Yeah.
I've never put them together as the teepee.
Thank you.
Basically.
Yeah.
He was a bit scared, wasn't you?
I mean, I'd always be worried about causing too much sort of
You know what he said?
impact on the woodland. Because if you get like 20 odd people doing exactly the same
Yeah.
thing, fair enough if they want to have a go at bushcraft and things like that, but sometimes it's good for the environment for dead standing wood to remain there, so that invertebrates and fungi that's their ecosystem in those woodlands. But so in terms of when I try and do stuff, it's less on bushcraft and more about low impact wild camping.
Yeah, because the bushcraft is cut a lot of trees sometimes.
Yeah, and I don't need to have huge fire.
Yeah.
I could probably improve my skills of making fire better, but normally if I go out, I'll just be using a little stove or a Chinese set, something like that. So I'm already taking the fuel in with me, I'm not leaving a burnt hole on the ground, or not having to make as much effort in digging a pit for fire, collecting the firewood. But I do think that's these are all very valuable skills, but I don't want to have, be worried about sort of the wildlife that I'm impacting. Yeah.
What's your name?
Dominic.
Oh, nice.
We stay in the UK is a small, there's a lot of people in a small footprint, and it's really important for us especially to minimise the impact that we have on the place for sure. So yeah, that's really something to consider every time you go out.
Yeah.
So like minimising things, like you say, a very small fire. I mean, people set fire.
You don't do much fire, I noticed.
I don't do fire. If I can avoid it, I won't do a fire. I never do a fire.
I noticed in his videos.
It's just needless, and I don't want to damage the things. Just leave.
I don't have energy, because when you hike all day,
Yeah, you want to set up your shelter.
Yeah,
then,
because fire, I mean, especially if it's windy, you need to look after it. It can be dangerous.
Yeah.
No, fire's like, some people think it's like a staple of like if you camp every night get a fire, but then they're also not mindful of the impact that it has on the environment.
I mean, psychologically, I think it's quite beneficial.
Yes, it is.
You feel like
It's
you've
nature.
this, you have to take care of it, and then it's visually pleasing, it's providing you warmth, you can cook on it as well.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the time it's more about achievement and skill, showing that you've been successful in creating it, but it's not always necessary.
That's why they have phone apps of flames. Like you just sit and watch the phone. It's like soothing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like if you've made that, it's like home. It's like you've been travelling across the landscape, you're knackered, you've been hiking, whatever. You settle down, you build your own fire, and you just sit in front of you and watch it, and it's like there's nothing. It's one of the most satisfying things you'll ever experience. The reason why I don't do it when I go hiking is because I don't want to impact the environment, and it's needless for the type of hiking that I do.
Yeah.
But if I was to be setting up more established sites like actual camping, then I would, but I'd implement strategies to minimise the impact on the landscape to the point where I'd actually take metal trays and I clear the topsoil off or whatever's on moss off the top, dig down, line it out, put a tray down, and then the ash embers get scattered the next day, then it gets laid back over.
Yeah.
But also keeping it as small as possible, because there's all the micro diversity that people are maybe not aware of. You have to really watch, because if you're scattering stuff and you're killing stuff, you're wrecking stuff. Basically, it's like, remember last of the Mohicans are like Lost, remember Lost, where there's the others, and it's like the people would be walking through the forest and you wouldn't hear them. And then there's a cut, also remember it, and it was like feet going through the forest, but there's no sound. That's what I like. That's what I think we should be like when we're like, there's you would, and also respect for other people that are going out. You don't. They want the wilderness experience as well. You've left a mess. Grown up before like bushcraft, I even knew about bushcraft.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Why did you decide to build cottage and not to buy a house?
Because I'm an idiot.
Why do you say so?
Because it's the worst thing you can possibly do in life. If you want stress, if you want absolute stress and horror in your life, then build your own house, especially in the countryside where there's no running water or electricity or there's no utilities. That will stress you out greatly.
So usually when I watch on TV programs about building houses, it's over budget. What about you? Is it over budget?
No, not really. No, it's actually kind of within budget, but they say there's a trinity. Often things come in threes, right? There's time, there's quality, and there's cost. But you can only have two of the three. So I'm not coming in over budget, but I've tried to not compromise in quality, so I've suffered in time greatly. This is like 5 years down the line. It's horrendous.
5 years?
But yeah, who cares, man?
So
It's
they're
like,
only building for 2 years?
no. So about 5 years living in caravans with no electricity, running water. Like if I need a dump, I need to put my baffies on, trek across a bloody snow-filled yard to. At least I've got that.
And did you get permission to live on that farmland?
Yeah,
I see.
thankfully.
I see.
But if I need water, I need to get it in. It's like total. Honestly, and the regulator freezes up. The batteries don't. They lose charge in the cold weather. Even opening the caravan door when it's like -8 and there's been water on, the seal freezes, so I can't even open the door. And it's in two halves, like touring caravans. It's like a barn door. So you pull the top and it threats to break the latch in the bottom, so you have to prise it open. There's like loads of wee. It's pretty primitive.
Do you filter your water or not?
Sorry?
Do you filter it? Do you use filter?
The water? No, because I'm filling it up at work and carrying jerry cans all the way down the road. See, if you want a drink at the weekend, you're going to have to fill up 12 litre and work on a Friday night. Absolute pain in the throps.
When I'm in Belarus in village, it's usually 2 buckets of water I need per day.
Do you know what I always think though? At least I've got 2 legs. That's what I always think.
Yeah.
I've got I might have only 1 leg, but so see, no water. I need to go and get gas. I need to do this. I need to do that. I'm like that. Aye, but I don't have 1 leg. How much would that suck? Having 1 leg? Seriously? Imagine you only have 1 leg. See if you having to get gas canisters, having to fill up water, having to do this, having to do that. None of you wouldn't care about that if you had both your legs. If you only had 1 leg, do you know what I mean? And I've got 2 legs, so I shouldn't bother about it, should I? You know what I mean? See your gas and your water and all that. Got to shut up. You've got 2 legs. And legs are important. Legs are important.
I know. So
Environment.
Dominic is a beach ranger, yeah?
Yeah, yeah,
Nice, looking after our Scottish beaches.
yeah.
So why don't you tell her more about
Do you have to clean or not?
Yeah, we do beach cleans. We run educational events and
You mean like with schools?
yeah, schools, universities.
Do they help you to clean as well?
Some of them do, yeah. Others, it's more about sort of learning about the ecosystems and the last big gig I did was more about sort of flood defences, in terms of the maintenance and engineering works about it, and different methods that can be put in place, and the costs that those would have, and if they're suitable in those particular locations. But the general sort of overruling of what the job entails is more about educating and facilitating people's enjoyment. That's basically what a ranger's job is. You have to be there for people, to inform them about a particular site and how to gain the best out of your visit to that site without having a detrimental effect on the area.
So a lot of people say that we put our rubbish in a bin. So why it end up in a sea? They don't see the difference how landfill rubbish end up in a sea. How does it end up in a sea?
How does it end up in the sea? Well, it can be from people dropping litter. A lot of the stuff, it depends on where you are around the coast, but a lot of stuff can be washed up from boats, whether they're big shipping container or fishing vessels, small fishing boats. Also, like in heavy storms, if it's sort of on the side of a road or something like that, it can be washed down and then get washed down into the drains, and then that, if you have an overflow, to prevent sort of these drains and pipes overflowing, there are systems in place so that they immediately just go into the sea. So anything that's in that would, like, if it's rubbish, it would just be sent out to sea. Yeah.
Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you.
We're doing in the environment, but yet it's still able to absorb it to a degree. Like you say, when the plastic breaks down, how much does it break down?
Yeah.
But the repercussions are going to come to us one day, and that I find that really frightening, because when that day comes, it's going to be catastrophic, really bad. It's not good stuff. But then, of course, if you're interested in things like that, you can have the doom and gloom view, but then you can look at that patch of square foot earth that I was talking to you about and see things that bring you joy and cool stuff in it as well. Like, no way, check that wee, doing its fucking thing.
Well,
and it's totally, that doesn't know what's going on.
In terms of sort of warning signs of what's happening in an environment or an ecosystem, it's often on the microscopic level.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of the time that is overlooked by people that aren't heavily involved in research in those areas.
Yeah.
So if you look at freshwater systems, you would do counts on specific invertebrate species to see if they're in a decent condition.
Yeah.
If you're not getting high numbers of a certain species, that shows that river is not doing well at all. Because they are the building blocks for everything else, they're the food for everything else. So if they're surviving, then you've got the larger species, like fish will be eating them, and then you've got the predators eating the fish. But you would only notice, unless you're going through it with a fine tooth comb or heavily involved in research in that area, when the larger, more obvious species go missing or don't do as well, and then by that point it's sometimes too late.
Can I just add to that? Something that's really interesting though, that just struck me, is what's messed up is we're so disconnected from our environment now.
Yes.
Yeah.
The majority of people would not notice anything like that.
Yeah.
And that's why we need guys like this to, like,
100 years ago.
Plus, well, that's why we need guys like to be. But isn't that ridiculous? You need people that are still plugged in with the environment to tell us when it's.
Они просто перешагнули через Блэку и пошли, как хорошо. Никто не прогоняет.
Yeah. Well, if you look at it like 100 years ago, the amount of people that were involved in the production of our food, because we didn't have the technological advancements, people were going out and working in the fields. They knew they had a much closer relationship with the countryside and where food came from. Now people are so separate from that and disconnected from where food comes from, what effort needs to go into growing it, collecting it. You know, you just go to a supermarket.
Like when I studied English, and our teacher said that some children, when they ask you where milk comes from, they say from Tesco. They don't know that milk comes from cow. It's from Tesco.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, look at it now. It's on like.
Blackie, where have you gone?
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's what good about
That's unfortunate.
That's good about hiking, because when you go to hike, you get close to nature, you realize what kind
Then
of
when I
park.
get close to nature, I want to find woman to lunch. Right. We're Christmas and
We need the Santa Claus outfit. John is
Alright, man.
very tall. How high are you?
6'2", I think. I don't know, I didn't get measured
Because
since I
on
was...
video you don't look tall.
I think... No, well, right. You might like this. Recently I've been getting into no wearing shoes. So these things, I've got no heel in them. And also no like pinching the toe, so your front toe comes straight out.
Yeah.
Like, now this might sound crazy, like I said, I like hiking, and I used to have problems with rolling my heels, rolling my ankles, sorry. And since so if you're going to roll your ankle, it's kind of like mechanics, isn't it? How are you going to roll your ankle? If you raise it and you narrow that point, it's like a pivot. Whereas if you widen that point, it's more stable, and if you lower it flat, it just makes sense. So I ended up going like sort of style stuff for my hiking, and permanently now don't wear it. My heels are for women.
The world famous downhill. This is on the floor. Oh, something. Nice, fine. 24/7.
Just your back.
Yeah, I'm letting you read it.
Come on, Blackie. Come on, Blackie. Blackie, this downhill. Наша палатка с Блэки вон там. It's our tent with Blackie. We're going to spend night on moors. Wild moors. In the middle of nowhere. This is our tent. Wow, the German tent. Stable in wind. And waterproof. I think it's water compa. I wouldn't take it on trail hiking because it's 3 kilograms, but for camping it's alright. Мы сегодня в самом высоком пабе в Британии и ночевать будем в палатке. Сейчас декабрь. 21 декабря. 21 декабря. Blackie. Come on, Blackie. Come on, Blackie. Way is going through downhill. I mean, killed 4 1/4. Little pond. Moss and John, a dude. John and Moss coming. And Blackie is looking. Blackie, you know that dog? Just came to Town Hill and who I see? John with Moss. Hounds of Howgate. And Black. Hello, John. How are you? What are you doing in Yorkshire? Hi, John.
Do you want to hear some music?
I wonder what you're doing in Yorkshire.
Don't see you. Look how good that, look. That's like a postcard. If only I had a wee sprinkling of snow and all that.
It's unusual to see Hounds of Howgate outside Scotland.
Here I am.
Do you like Yorkshire?
For the drinking, aye. It's actually really nice. I like this.
Yeah, it's highest pub in
Yeah, it's cool. Super cool, actually. It's like Scotland, basically.
Yeah.
Look, wee Lochans, the rolling hills, back in front of the moorland, and then the higher points away in the distance.
Yeah.
And it's bleak. It suits us, the Scots.
It's like Game Brass Trail.
Yeah, yeah. Oh really?
Drinking mulled wine with John and Moss and Blackie.
Actually,
you got a Coke,
old wine for everybody. Old wine for everybody. What's that? You said that I already asked.
John, you're like Russian man, not like Scottish man, because that's what Russian men behave like.
What's the difference between
Belarusian men
Right, what's the
behave
difference?
like that.
What's the difference between Russian men and Scottish men like? You don't know what Scottish men are like yet. I'm the first Scottish man you've met. So what's the difference here?
Yeah, Scottish man nice, judging by you.
Oh, nice. I like
Yeah,
that.
I like Scottish men.
Right, well, do you know what I like? I like mulled wine. It's really good. Really, really good. It tastes like a Christmas cake.
Yeah, but that's Christmas around, yeah.
I know, but I'm into it. What's that plaque say going for with that?
Yeah, I made that video about plaque. I like Christmas tree, very nice.
Go and video it. Alright, video me punching Santa's cook.
Blackie likes.
No,
Blackie
but
likes
summon.
Christmas man. How do you know it talks?
I don't know, put your finger in his mouth.
If you big finger to somebody's mouth, doesn't mean you have to talk.
Hey, no, but there must be. Wayne's kids have figured it out. Excuse me, how do you activate Santa?
Button, it's down.
Put my finger in his moon and the work.
A beautiful flight, rapid light, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman.
In Town Hill.
Pretend that he is harsh and brown. I am man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on, we'll
Look, John, they even got #1 place, first place in Northwest Yorkshire campaign for real ale.
For what?
Real ale.
Oh really? I'm gonna sample every single one of them.
Pablo's the mom's, May.
No, I'm not even joking. Well, I'll honestly... Right. I've tried. I'm gonna try everything.
Мы в английском пабе, в британском пабе. Танхилл, самый высокий британский паб. Look, John, they even have a dog menu. У них даже есть меню для собак. Sausage. Bistro dog snacks. Wow, that's cool. Хорошо, очень приятно, что они даже заботятся о собаках. Гавкающий бюргер 2,50 фунта. Рыба и чипсы 2,50. Ями бон, вкусные кости, рубль 50. Скрачинг свинины. Blackie, say hello. Go and say hello. Шли? Say hello. Шли? Say hello, Blackie. Say hello, Blackie. Say hello. Blackie got new admirers.
Looking for food.
German wire head pointer. Очень доброжелательный к животным, дружелюбный паб меню. Меню для собак в Танхилле.
The main one, I think. I would have went drunken and arsehole.
This pub had a sheep in it and ducks.
What sheep? A sheep?
Sheep, yeah. This pub had a sheep and a duck. There is a video on YouTube where they let sheep and ducks.
Oh, really?
Come in. Yeah, it's very animal friendly pub.
I don't stay in a town. I'm building a cottage in the countryside, like literally in the middle of nowhere. So it's like, see, logistically, we get these services.
Nice and cozy in Tanhill. Очень уютно в самом высоком пабе в Британии, Танхилл.
Yeah. Well, I'm working in Glasgow.
Yeah, something actually in Glasgow was some like just a train journey.
Yeah, it's super good. It's so handy because like it's a springboard to so many places. Normally south, not. I mean, when I came here, I'm only like assistants the whole YouTube thing. That's how we met. We've only met tonight.
Oh, they have lots of whiskies.
I tend not to video. I do long distance hiking.
Really this year, and the whole
Yeah, I was in the Scouts too.
The whole week of that was just hiking around the campsite, going to different.
Did you like it?
It was amazing. It was the best experience because it was over in America. It was so good.
Oh
that's
yeah, really? Whereabouts in America?
We flew to New York. Well, my group flew to New York from Glasgow. That's where I met all the people.
Glasgow, Scotland.
Yeah. And then we flew, so we stayed in New York, then we went to West Virginia, then we went to Washington and Maryland. And
Did you do Appalachian Trail?
No, she's only there for a couple of months.
Yeah, but still, I mean, some...
Give the lassie a break, for God's sake. Putting the woman under pressure.
That's where I met.
No, she mentioned
Well,
Virginia.
that was a nice story, thank you very much.
She likes it.
Can I have a steak and ale pie?
She's hungry.
Oh, yeah. I'll give her some.
Chips or fries?
Do you want some, Blackie?
That's,
Which one he wants this one.
What's the difference?
$15.45.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's a good one.
Bring it up.
Dinner trying scampi.
Thanks.
Yeah? Most, do you want some? And most trying scampi. And me.
Not too well. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, I know. We're so
I thought it's more salty, but it's very nice. It's very tasty.
Do you need a receipt?
And it's like fish and chips.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Crunchy.
Really?
Try.
Oh, one.
My dad told me.
Lots of dogs meet each other. Собаки встречаются друг с другом. Да? Hello, beauty. Black is meeting a friend. Хорошая собачка.
We were the fathers had chickens and got to one meal down here. We just watched 16 people creeping down the road and whoosh, just set up and went and said, "Ah, we'll do it." So we turned round.
I've got no words.
It wasn't good at all. Yeah.
But in golf, it's like a gentleman's agreement. Like, unless you were being just an arse, you would let them find it. That's quite interesting.
Britain's highest, Britain's best. Tan Hill. TripAdvisor. Так британцы любят своих собак, даже в паб ходят с собаками.
And do you stay in the same valley?
Valley.
Why are you laughing at me?
It's funny. It's Dales. In Yorkshire we call it Dales.
Right.
Dales.
Apologies.
John, why do you do your moustache like Hercule Poirot?
But it's not like Hercule Poirot. Hercule Poirot twists the ends. I straighten the ends. Tell me when it's recording.
It's recording. John, why do you do your moustache in that way?
Because I love Hercule Poirot.
Do you?
Yes. And I'm figuring shit out. Right, we are. Oh,
hello.
What is it?
Hello.
Dog galore.
Yeah.
They like you, by the way.
I do.
Are you some sort of dog whisperer?
We brought our dog yesterday. He was very, very sick. We'll take him back to he's in vet hospital now.
Oh.
Back in Newcastle.
In Newcastle? Yeah. Sorry about that.
I like this guy.
What's wrong with your dog?
Stomach problems.
Best Pub Awards 2005. Самый лучший паб
2005
2005 года. John loves Mozzie. Nice.
Go in here. So good go. Why are you doing that, Swan?
Are you staying?
Yeah, tonight, yeah.
Staying over Christmas. Oh, Creature's Great and Small. I like to read that book.
Yeah, I like All Creatures Great and Small as well. And in Танхил also reindeer. Также в Танхиле есть олень с голубыми глазами. Blue eyes. Reindeers. Santa Claus reindeers. Олени Деда Мороза. Blackie bites. Blackie's afraid. Oh, Santa Claus as well. Santa Claus as well. Всем привет! Как дела? Hi, how are you today? We are in Tanhill, highest pub in Britain. Мы сегодня в Танхилле, в самом высоком пабе в Британии, в Великобритании. То есть этот паб находится среди ничего, то есть на несколько миль никаких деревень, ничего, вот просто такие поля с вереском. Даже северное сияние есть, можно увидеть отсюда в октябре. Постоянно заметает зимой снегом, потому что очень высоко. It's always snow in winter because it's very high.
Sorry. Thank you. Thank you.
I suppose I better turn the lights off now. Hello, little doggy dog.
Oh, you've got right idea.
Look at the big doggy dog.
Right idea, that lad.
He got cold in tent, so he needs to be warm.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
My two Lars's have stayed with my mum and dad. They said, right, that's it. We're staying at home.
You're in that room.
You're in there? Right. Can I just get 2 bottles of Sanfield Ale, please? Yeah. 2 where? Please, yeah.
We spent night with Black in tent. Сегодня ночевали в палатке с Блэком, и я забыла спальный мешок, но хорошо, что было покрывало в машине, которое я забрала с собой в палатку. Мои ноги замерзли, к концу, в середине ночи. Ну ничего, сейчас вот пришли, отогрелись. Все хорошо. I forgot my sleeping bag and now I had some blanket, but my feet became cold. But now we're alright. Got warm and pub. Now we're going to explore around. We've seen reindeer and Santa Claus. Мы видели Деда Мороза с оленями. Сейчас пойдем вокруг погуляем. Наша палатка, it's our tent with Blackie. It's our tent. Blackie found a friend. Возле Дамхила, самого высокого паба в Британии. Ночевала с палаткой здесь. Вот уже убрала все, собираюсь домой. Я поставила палатку, и она почему-то все время туда, вот на этот бок голова скользила. Неправильно, место такое не очень для кампинга, конечно. Ну, тут юрта какая-то стояла, видно. There were yurts here probably, because it look like. Первый трейл английский Pennine Way идет через этот, возле этого паба. Паб открыт ночью даже. Огонь горит 24 часа 7 дней. Блэки, далеко не бегай. Потому что там рыли шахты, можешь провалиться где-то. Теперь поэтому ничего здесь нету. Не оставили так. Вереск растет, только перепела размножаются. Black is going on Pennine Way. Black идет по Pennine Way, по Pennine Trail. Тися, халюси, тися, халюси, тися, хороший, тиська. Тиська girl. Тиська, 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 пошли гулять. Blackie, Blackie, leave you alone. Blackie. Blackie. Confused. Маленькая деревня среди полей и холмов. Рядом с деревней Рис, где у меня видео о деревне Рис есть на канале. С ним Village Рис. 1679. 1679 года постройки. Золотой лев. Всем пока! Сегодня мы были в самом высоком пабе в Британии, Таунхилле. Пока-пока. Всем добра. Today we were in the highest pub in Britain, Townhill, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.